Hi guys, this is Sunita. Welcome to your class. This is 10th class English chapter 2 part 6. So let us start. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. Here, Mr. Mandela is talking about all the freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for the freedom of their country. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. This is important here that Mr. Mandela, considering himself the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. मतलब क्या हुआ इसका that the other freedom fighters they fought for the freedom, but at last Mr. Mandela has got the fruit of that fight. ओके मीन्स सारे के सारे फ्रीडम फाइटर्स ने फाइट की, लेकिन जब तक फ्रीडम मिली तब तक वो लोग नहीं रहे, और अब मंडेला जी के टाइम पे जो उन्हें फ्रीडम मिली है, मीन्स द कंट्री वॉज फ्री एट द टाइम ऑफ मिस्टर मंडेला, मीन्स ही वॉज देयर फॉर taking the fruit of fight. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. Now, what is the meaning of this line? That noble, that line, that long and noble line means the fight for freedom was ended and now began again with me, means I am the end of the freedom fight and I am the starting of a new democratic government, a freely and fairly elected government, means in this government everybody will get the freedom and equality. I was pained that I was not able to thank them and that they were not able to see what their sacrifices had wrought. Wrought means done. This is quite an informal word here, wrought, but the meaning is done. Now see, Mr. Mandela is pained because the freedom fighters who fought for the freedom, they are died. Okay, they had died now. Okay, and they were not there to witness the freedom. ओके एंड दैट्स वाई मिस्टर मंडेला इज सेइंग. अब मिस्टर मंडेला ये कहते हैं क्योंकि जो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स थे जिन्होंने लड़ाइयाँ की थी फ्रीडम के लिए, अब वो ज़िंदा नहीं रहे हैं और अब उनकी अब मिस्टर मंडेला उनको थैंक नहीं कर सकते हैं, और वो जो लोग हैं जिन्होंने लड़ाई लड़ी थी फ्रीडम के लिए, वो लोग फ्रीडम की इस इनोग्रेशन को देख नहीं सकते बिकॉज दे आर डेड. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. It left a long and very deep wound on the souls of Africans. The slavery इसने बहुत गहरा घाव छोड़ा था अफ्रीकन्स के souls पे. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. Now, he's saying that it will take time for healing the wound on their souls. जो अफ्रीकन्स की सोल्स पे जो स्लेवरी का एक बहुत डीप और एवर लास्टिंग जो वाउंड है, उसे भरने में, हील होने में अभी काफ़ी टाइम लगेगा. अगर जनरेशन्स नहीं लगेंगी तो कम से कम बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम तो लगने वाला ही है. But the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect. Here see, unintended effect means अनचाहा effect. अब जो ये ऑपरेशन था, बहुत सालों का जो ऑपरेशन हमने झेला है, एज अ कॉइन हैज़ टू साइड्स, सो वन साइड वी हैव सीन इन द अदर above lines, but here we are talking about the other side of the coin. And what is the other side of the coin? The positive aspect has been discussed here कि इस बहुत सारे डेकेड्स के जो ऑपरेशन ने हमें एक अनइंटेंडेड इफेक्ट भी दिया है. एंड व्हाट इज दैट? That was that it produced the Oliver Tambos, the Walter Sisulu, the Chief Luthulus, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fishers, and the Robert Sobokovs of our time, men of such extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity that their like may never be known again. Now, see here, what is the unintended effect that all these people are here, all these people were the unintended effect of that oppression. Okay, what did they want? वो चाहते थे कि हम इनको oppress करें, लेकिन वो ये नहीं चाहते थे कि इतनी great personality जो है वो country में पैदा हों, या इतनी great personalities जो है वो country में बन जाए. But this is unintended effect, क्योंकि supremacy, white supremacy नहीं चाहती थी ऐसा. But here this is the result of supremacy. So one more thing is here that you can see before the names Yusuf Dadus, here the has been used. The Robert Subukovs means the has been used before the names of these personalities. And according to the grammar rule, before the name of persons, we don't use the. So what is the reason behind it? Actually, here not only these famous personalities were produced by the oppression. In fact, many personalities like these eminent personalities were produced by that oppression. That's why here this proper noun has become a common noun. Okay, that's why here the has been used. So now, perhaps it requires such depths of oppression to create such heights of character. My country is rich in the minerals and gems. See, here this is the gist of what has been said above, that it requires such depths of oppression to create such heights of character. Heights of character कब बनती हैं? Oppression means struggle से. हाइट्स ऑफ कैरेक्टर कब बनता है? जो बंदा जितना ज़्यादा स्ट्रगल करेगा उसका कैरेक्टर उतना ही ज़्यादा बिल्डअप हो जाएगा. सो माय डियर चिल्ड्रन, यू मस्ट वर्क हार्ड सो दैट योर कैरेक्टर कैन बी बिल्डअप लाइक दीज eminent characters. So my country is rich in minerals and gems that lie beneath the soil. Okay, that South Africa is a country, okay, which is rich in minerals and gems. You might know Africa continent में बहुत सारे oils और minerals काफ़ी मिलते हैं, और precious stones भी मिलते हैं. Gems means precious stones भी मिलते हैं. That lie beneath the soil, तो ज़मीन के नीचे मिलते हैं. But I have always known that its greatest wealth. Now here he is talking about the greatest wealth of the country is its people. Means the minerals and the gems are not the real property, not the real wealth of the country. In fact, its real and the greatest wealth is its people. Finer and truer than the purest diamond, and the people are finer and truer means सबसे प्योर डायमंड से भी ज़्यादा, अच्छे से अच्छे डायमंड से भी ज़्यादा प्योर और फाइन मेरे देश के लोग हैं. They are more precious. It is from these comrades in struggle that I had learnt the meaning of courage. Okay, now the meaning of courage, where did I learn it from? I learned it from my comrades. मैंने कहाँ से सीखा? अपने comrades से सीखा. What is the meaning of courage? Time and again, I have seen men and women risk and their lives for an idea. Means many men freedom fight में जब होते हैं तो बहुत सारी औरतें, बहुत सारे आदमी जो है अपनी लाइफ को हथेली पे रख के घूमते हैं. that we are ready to get freedom, we can even sacrifice our lives so that our next generation can breathe in a free air. Okay, so उन्होंने एक आइडिया के लिए अपनी जान दे दी. and what was the idea? That idea was to get freedom. I have seen men stand up to attacks. Means they were stand up before the difficulties. They were ready to bear any difficulty. They were ready to bear any torture. And torture without breaking. People were bearing torture without breaking. बहुत जुल्म सहते थे लेकिन कभी भी टूटते नहीं थे. Because they were very strong and they had a firm determination that by hook or by crook they had to achieve their freedom. So showing a strength and resilience that defies the imagination. Okay, and here showing the strength and resilience is an ability to bear injustice that defies means refuse to obey the rules and regulations, defies the imagination. अब ये जो अटैक होते थे, जो ये चीज़ें थी, उन चीज़ों को मानने से मना कर दिया, दैट वी आर रेडी टू बियर एनीथिंग बट वी आर नॉट रेडी टू accept this slavery. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear. Here, this is very important, that courage was not the absence of the fear, but the triumph over it. But the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Now, let me clear it with an example. A child. Let me clear it with an example. Okay, a person who does not have any fear, will you call him a brave person, or a person who conquers fear will be called a fearless person. Okay, so now, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. Now, see, no one is born hating. Whenever a person is born, he does not know what is to be liked and what is not to be liked. He does not know about the color of the skin, about the background, or his religion. In fact, people must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. लोगों को सीखना पड़ता है that how to hate each other, and if they can learn how to hate, then easily they can learn how to love. They can be taught easily how to love each other, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Now, it shows a child. Let us take an example of a child. When a child is born, and when he learns to recognize the things and all, a child can recognize the love very easily. Okay, and later on, when he becomes elder, then he learns how to hate people. Otherwise, he was filled with the love, with the sense of love only. It shows that love is natural and hate is a skill which is practiced later. Even in the grimmest times in prison, when my comrades and I were pushed to our limits. Pushed to our limits means we were tortured so badly that it was the limit of their injustice, of their torture. I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the guards. Means glimmer means a shine of humanity in one of the guards, perhaps just for a second. In that time also, मैंने इंसानियत की एक गार्ड के अंदर एक इंसानियत की एक झलक देखी, एक शाइन देखी, but it was enough to reassure me, to keep me going and that shine was enough means मुझे ये बात इंश्योर करने के लिए कि जब एक गार्ड के अंदर जो इतना ऐसे माहौल में रहता है, ओके, जब उसके अंदर ह्यूमैनिटी की एक शाइन दिखाई दे सकती है, तो मुझे ये इस बात के लिए श्योर करने के लिए काफ़ी था दैट मेंस गुडनेस इज़ अ फ्लेम, कि इंसान की अच्छाई एक ज्योति की तरह होती है, दैट कैन बी हिडन, उसे छुपाया जा सकता है, बट नेवर एक्सटिंग्विश्ड, बट उसे कभी बुझाया नहीं जा सकता, दैट कैन नॉट बी extinguished. Now, let us discuss the question answers of this oral comprehension check. Second, let us see. What do the military generals do? The military generals salute the president. How has their attitude changed and why? Now the question comes, how has their attitude changed? Now, see, the soldiers, the generals, they had to abide by the rules of the country. So Initially, they were abiding by the rules of white supremacy, and according to them, Mr. Mandela was not a person who was abiding the rules. That's why he was caught by the generals. Okay, but now as they have got democracy in the country, so according to that, everybody had equal right and equal freedom. So that's why this attitude had been changed, because of the changing of the government, the changing of the way of changing of the policies of the country. This was the main. Now, how has Mandela described the let us come to second question. Why were two national anthems sung? So what was the reason that two national anthems were sung? One was sung by the white people, and the another, the old republic anthem, was sung by the blacks. And the reason behind that, it was only for taking them all together, and it was the symbol for their unity. Third question is, how does Mandela describe the system of government in his country in the first decade and in the final decade of the 20th century? So in the first decade, as I told you that before, after Anglo-Boer War and before the birth of Mr. Mandela, all the white peoples patched up their differences, and they installed a government on basis of racial partiality. Such kind of government was installed, and in the final decade, as it was 94, when it was the installation of democracy in South Africa. So of course democracy was achieved by the people of South Africa, and it was a great experience of South African people. And initially in first decade, the people were treated on basis of their color. It was a inhuman activity. And on the other hand, in the final decade of the 20th century, everybody had equal right and freedom, and they were treated as a human being. Next question, please. Let us come to fourth question. What does courage mean to Mandela? And here in this chapter just now we have read that courage does not mean the absence of fear. In fact, courage means to conquer the fear. Okay, so this is the exact meaning of courage. So come to fifth question now. Which does he think is natural to love or to hate? So I told you love is natural, and I gave you the example of a child also, that how can you prove it that love comes natural to a human being? Then hate. So you can take an example of a child, or you can take an example of any bird or any animal. Everybody can sense how much love do you have in your heart, and everybody can sense it, and they can respond according to your love or hate in your heart. So thank you guys, have a nice day, and we'll meet in part 7. Thank you, have a nice day.